Hi there, my name is Andrew and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a build for a friend of mine. So these are all his choices. I've took the, he's added this butterfly clasp on instead of the basic metal buckle that there was. NH35 movement, day date, and I forgot to put my special little placky things on, so I'll do that. I'll just speed that up for you so you don't have to watch me do too much of this. Obviously we'll wear these so that we don't leave any marks on the internals, otherwise it can attract rust apparently. So I've been told when I watch people who actually know what they're talking about. So right, let's get these on and get on with it. Okay, so where do we start? Okay, do I need to start there? Yes, I will need a movement holder. Definitely going to need one of those. Pop the movement in there. And we can, we don't need that quite yet, although I just want to show you. It is a nice case he's chosen. Of course, the bezel hasn't been stuck on. Apparently, I've got to do that later. Hopefully, I won't make a mess of it. You never know. But yeah, really nice, nice things like a rose gold. All the links will be in the description if you want to go and purchase this for yourselves. And yeah, there's the movement. Let's just give it a wind, see if it's alive. Not sure if I'm actually winding it the right way. Or yes, I think I probably didn't have it clicked in. Oh, do hope it's not dead. Ah, there you go. Yes, I didn't have it clicked in properly. And there you go. Springs into life. Yeah, so just your basic NH35A movement. We won't be making any adjustments, no special rotors, because there's a closed case back on this one. And let's get the stem out. There you go. And I think we'll use a new stem and put the crown on there. Now, I probably should be using the stem holder to do this. Okay, but I'll need to get the stem holder actually just to tighten it up. So probably should use it in the first place. Okay, give it a little tighten. There you go. Just tighten it enough. We don't want to snap it, but then we don't want it coming loose. Right. So pop that into the movement. Lovely. Jabbly. Oh, look, it spins. Right. So I think we need to get the dial on. Yeah. Now it is at 3 o'clock for the date, but it's a 3.8 for the winding mechanism. So must make sure when I cut the feet off, I cut it in the right place, because I have been known on occasions to not get this right. So just lining it up, trying to see where the hole is for it to go, making sure which one I'm actually going to have to cut off. So on this particular side, I think it's the top one. So yeah, that seems to be the place to go for. Yeah. And it is a case of measure twice, cut once, because, like I say, I have past history on cutting the wrong legs off. So off to one side, and let's make sure I just check again, because yeah, like I say, don't want to get this wrong, because it would mean ordering a new dial, and that would take forever to come from China. And I did promise I'd get this done as quick as possible. Let's see, it's for a friend who is waiting for the video to download so he can watch it. So there you go. That's that one off. See if we can put it into place. Okay. Pretty sure I've got the right one. Right, so other side. So let's have a quick peek and see where the hole is and where the leg is, and then which one I need to cut. Okay. Oh, so it's going to be the top. Oh, yeah, the top one on there. Off to one side. Excuse the poor camera work. Right, so it should now fit, he said. Yeah, just make sure. Yeah, there we go. Yes, lovely. And looks like I haven't made a complete hash of it, which is good. Oops, apart from dropping that. Oh, there's a seal. I'll need to grease that later, well, at the end, hopefully, when and if we get to the end. Right, so let's see if I put the stem and all that in the right place. Just making sure the movement works. Changes the date, changes the day, which it does. Yeah, so actually the day doesn't seem to want to line up quite exactly. Never mind. It is what it is. These movements are built to a certain cost. Right, so let's take the stem out. Yes, I could use a movement holder to do that. That would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to make sure it actually fits in the case and the stem and all that's in the right place before we go any further. Right, so sit it down. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, I think it's a really good choice there. Right, let's pop this stem in. Yep, and help if I put the cushion the right way up. Right, in you go. Oh, make sure it clicks in, that's it. I think it's clicked in there now. Turn over. Yes. Everything's in the right place. We're still being able to change the date. Good. Now, I was going to change the glass on these because it said on the description it was just glass. It didn't say it was sapphire or anti-reflective or anything. But on looking at it and checking it, I'm pretty sure it's an anti-reflective crystal. And it definitely does the job. And there's absolutely no point in replacing it because it does look nice with it. So I won't be doing that. So I'll need to give my friend some of his money back because I said I was going to. Okay, so out. Let's get this. Oh, it should just drop out. No, it's not going to drop out. I'm going to have to dig it out. Try not to abuse too much of the movement whilst I do dig this out. Okay, no. Yes, terrified of actually breaking something. There we go. Right, let's pop the stem back in, which is now at 3.8. Yeah, just there. Well done, Andrew. There we go. Nope. Yep, that's it in now. So back into the holder. Let's see if we can get some Yeah, as you can see, it does change the date fine, but the dates are just a little bit off. Kind of hope that it'll correct itself if I get the movement going for a week or so, as my friend is not actually in the country at the moment. Yeah, as you can see, the day is just a little bit off there, but I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to do here, because I haven't put any hands on. Just seeing where the date actually changes. Okay. It's wearing these awful latex finger thingies. I've said before, I'll say it again. I don't like them, but they actually do a great job. You know, they're good at what they do. And I'm not even any fingerprints on anywhere, so there we go. It is working. For some reason, that just goes back. Yeah, so, oh, there we go. Right, that's what I was trying to do. Get it to click over very gently. Right, now we can put the hour hand and the minutes hand on. Got my rodical. Got my hands. Oh, and then just got in the way. Right, so yep, use the rodical to get the hour hand first. Try not to touch it with my, because otherwise they are quite delicate. And let's see if we can pop it on the top. Put it into position. There's a little bit of debris. And just use the rodical because it's non-greasy to get rid of any debris that's been lying around. Nothing worse when you look at a watch and you see a little bit of just a little bit of debris there, and you think, oh, I need to get rid of it, but I don't really want to open the watch up again and do it all again. But so let's make sure it's clean before. Oh, well, that didn't go very well, did it? Okay. Well, yeah, patience. That's what you need when you do this. Yeah, I think maybe I'll change the end there for a one wider one, because it's quite a big seat on that hour hand. Not too much pressure, but not too little. Just enough to get it on there. There we go. Smashing. Yep, seems to be sitting fine. Right, let's get the minute hand on then. Nope, it won't be going on like that, will it? That's better. Right, so it's just fallen off there a bit. Try and get, there we go, got it on. Let's get it just correctly. Right, let's change the end from the pusher for a smaller one. Let's see if we can get this on. No, we can't. Yeah, it's quite a tight fit on this one. So we'll need to do it again. Nearly. Yeah, I think we're on there. Okay. There we go. So that was the easy part, getting the hours and the minutes on. My nemesis is the seconds hand, and this one is going to prove to be a bit of a so-and-so. But let's just make sure that this all works first, and it changes the date. So let's go around until we get to 12 o'clock. And hopefully the date should change around about then. Yeah, there you go. Almost spot on. So, like I say, that's the easy part. Then comes that horrible little seconds hand. No, it's a nice looking seconds hand, don't get me wrong. But just getting it on this time was an absolute nightmare. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to speed this up for you, because you do not need to see me. Yeah, in the end, what I had to do to get this second time, I must have tried for a good hour or so to get it on, and it just wasn't going on. I'd seat it over, I'd tap it in lightly, I was trying everything to get this to go on. But yeah, it just wasn't playing with me. So in the end, yeah, let's get the glasses on. In the end, I had to yeah, I didn't think they were well. I tried to get it on and I couldn't. So I thought maybe I hadn't put the hands on properly. So I took all the hands off. Again, found the date where it ticks over again, and put the hands back on. Again, I wouldn't want to show you this laboriously, so I have speeded it up. There we go. The hands back on. And the minutes. Not as easy. Like I said, for whatever reason, these hands were quite tight to fit. And you get that. You get different levels of finish on them. So these ones are obviously quite stringent. So yeah, changes the date. So again, trying to get the seconds hand on. Really struggled. As you can see, there's my head coming into view. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So in the end, what I did was I got a very, and I've done this before, a very thin pin, as in a sewing needle, and a small hammer. Oh, yes, a small hammer. You know it's dodgy when you're going to use a hammer on your watch. And I just tapped into the seat of the second hand to widen it a little bit. As you can see, this is going on there, but it still hasn't worked. Oh, head in the way there. Do apologise for that. Yeah, so this is just me going time and time again to try and get this to work, and it really wouldn't. Yeah, getting frustrated now. Oh, but there we go. So yes, what I did was I used the hammer that you can see there, and the pin, and like I say, I just widened the seat, and then yeah, it went on fine, and it's still on now. So for whatever reason, it was just a little bit not quite perfect. But when you pay, you know, £2 or £3 from Aliexpress, and it all comes all the way from China, you don't always get perfection. Um, but yeah, no, that's what I did. And so if I'm not saying anyone should follow my case and do it and do it themselves if they have that problem. Probably not. It probably isn't the right way of doing it, but it worked for me, and I got the second sound on, and really that's all I wanted. So that was working. Let's see if we can get this in the case. We'll need to take the stem out and do our fancy little maneuver where I use my bottom fingers to pull, and I press on the little clip to get it out. There we go. Yep, nothing. Second sound still going, which is good. Just blow any dust out with the puffer. Like I say, there's nothing worse than having a little speck of dust in there that you find and you go, oh, I really want to go back in and get rid of that. So let's just be, yeah, I do like that glass. The way it's beveled as well on top. It's nice, and it is definitely anti-reflective. So I'm pretty sure it's crystal. I don't have a crystal tester, so I can't find out. Although I believe if you put a little drop of water on top and it stays a drop of water, that will tell you it's crystal. I don't know how true that is. And the fact that it's beveled, I think it would just run off anyway. Let's give it a little polish inside, just in case any marks there. And another little puffer, I think, just to get any, yeah, off the face. And inside the case again. Because you've used a cloth in the case, so, you know, it's going to leave some little microfibers. Okay, happy with that. Let's pop this baby on there. Oh, it's a handsome beast, isn't it? Yep, there we go. So we'll turn it over and put the stem in. See how much you need to cut off. Yep, that's in. Right, so just gonna pop the back on, make sure everything works. Sometimes you put the back on and it puts the pushes the movement further in and it doesn't work. Oh, but now we're gonna put the yes, we can put that on now, can't we? It does look nice. Okay, and yeah, everything still works in there. The only thing with cutting stems on a watch like this, especially with those massive, like crown lugs, it's really difficult, especially wearing those rubber things, to get the crown to work properly and also to cut the crown to the right size. Yeah, it can be quite a task because uh, the crown lugs just get in the way and it's making it a little bit more difficult. But we can see what needs to come off. So give it another, yeah, just make sure any dust is gone away from the movement. Let's get the stem out. Yeah, you can see that's how much needs to come off. Now, I always say, cut a little bit, go back and check, cut a little bit, go back and check. Because if you cut too much off, you're again going to have to start again. So let's get it out and start cutting. There you go. Pop that on there, just in case when I do any cutting, the bit ends up in the movement, which it would. And pop this into the stem holder. Oh, try not to jam my little finger thingies in it. Oh, that didn't work very well, did it? Because you've got to make sure that the only square part of the stem, which is what you need to get a hold of, is at the very bottom of these NH35 movements. And that's what I'm always trying to get a hold of. It's not always the easiest thing, because the rest of it's cylindrical and you can't really get a good grip. Right, okay, there we go. Put that to one side and let's pop this back in. Just open it up and close it again. Come on. Right. Get the clippers. And yep, that should do it. And then let's get my mum's. Where is it? There we go. Yep, we get the nail file out. And get rid of any burrs that are left on there. Again, nice and gentle. We're in no hurry here. We'll just gently do it. Just feeling for any burrs that especially when you do it on the top there, you can feel like the burrs are definitely there. So, and we want rid of them. Okay. Pop that back in. Right, let's see how we've done. Take the back off. Let's see how close or how far away we are. Right, so probably still can't quite get it to catch. Yeah, it's just a little bit too far away, so we're going to need to cut a tiny bit more off. Out it comes. Yep, put that back on, move that to one side. And yeah, for some reason I'm hitting out lots of little bits of debris. I think I've got dandruff. That's where it's all coming from. Right. Just get that catch in there. Come on. There you go. Yep. Take the crown off. And we do another little cut. Oh, don't lose the crown. Yep, that was. Now I'm going to look at it. See, I'm looking at it again. That was probably too much. Never mind. Let's see what happens. So again, we're getting the burrs off. Nice and gently. Don't want to use too much force, otherwise the stems are fairly fragile and they will snap. Right, use a rudder coat to get rid of any residue left on there. And oh yes, you see, those little bits are all over the place. So I'm using a rudder coat to get rid of them. Right, nice and tight. No, but not so tight that we actually snap the stem. Get the off and oh no, yep, other way around. Right, let's see how this fits. Okay. Now again, just trying to wind it on using these rubber finger mittens. It's really difficult, like I say, with the way that the crown guards there. They're just huge, and the fact that the watch will never ever see that kind of action. But never mind, it's all part of the look, isn't it? But as you can see, even when I'm pressing it in now, I've cut it too short because I can't get, when I press in, yeah, I'm just not getting it to go back into position. And no matter how many times I try and press or look, yeah, it's slowly dawning on me. It's still moving, Andrew. I will come to the realization that I have cut it too short. Okay, as you can see, the hands. That's the hands of realization of, what have I done? But yes, let's go back and try again. Expecting a different result. Isn't that a sign of madness? Repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Yeah, it possibly is. Yes, but it's just not going to go in. I know, like I say, you have to be really careful, and especially when you do these ones on dive watches, because you don't have the same kind of forgiveness that you would on a normal watch. Yeah. Like I say, we'll be doing this for a couple of more. And now I've just found another rubber ring. That's two rubber rings. Not too sure why we have two. It's not usual. Normally it's just the one on the back. So, as much as I pull it out and push it in, and the problem is now, because I've pulled it out, the little bit of the mechanism that needs to show isn't showing for me to actually get it out, to get the stem out. So what I need to do, and I haven't quite realized that yet, is just wind the whole thing in. Oh, I must have done it. No, I haven't done it. No. Yeah, I need to wind the whole thing in. I'm trying to find the little bit the little clip that comes out, which allows you to release the stem, and I'm not going to find it by just prodding into the mechanism. The only way you can do this is you wind the whole thing in, and then the mechanism that we need to see will come out, and that only then and only then can we release it. But so I'm now looking for a new stem. I think I have a spare one, as like I say, this isn't the first time I've done this. So I think I did buy some spares. What I haven't done though, and what you should always do, is mark them up as these are NH35 stems, or these are ETA 2824 stems. I don't think I've done that. But what I do have, I have another project that I'm about to start, and that does have obviously an NA35 movement, so it does have a spare stem in there. So worst comes to the worst, I can always use that. Right, and I'm still looking for spares. It's in that box somewhere. And I do have loads of stuff that I've ordered over the years, not over the years, I haven't been doing it that long. Ordered over the past year and a half or so. And there we go. I think I found one from another project that didn't go to plan. There was definitely quite a few of those when I started doing this. The amount of things I ordered incorrectly, and the basics with AliExpress is read all the dimensions, read what goes with what, and they are quite good on the website. They do tell you what will go with what. But yeah, the amount of stuff I ordered that didn't go is obscene. But yeah, so I'm going to use, and they are, I'm pretty sure they are the same. But I think in the end, I am going to just use the stem from that other job. Yep, I'm going to use that one. But then at least I know it's definitely an NA35. Not just me guessing. Look, bless me. I still think it'll work. It's not going to work. Yes, it's still turning it around even though you've pressed it in. Right, let's just wind it all the way in. You see? And if you have a look, you'll notice that it's actually come out. So it has. So just loosen it enough. Yeah, I should be able to get it out now. Bless me, I'm still trying to see if I can get it to work without cutting another stem, because it is just so close. But no, you see, even though, see there, as I'm pushing it in, it's still moving the time. Yes. So eventually you have to come to the conclusion that, yeah, just push it all the way in, Andrew. Come on. And then release it, and then we can get it out. But it's all a learning curve. Let's just take it out there because it's now exposed the little clip. There we go, and it's out. Right. Let's take the crown off. And I thought this would be a straightforward build. No hassle. Sure, I know what I'm doing. You live and learn. Right, so new one. Yep. And old one. As you can see how much I've actually cut off. Whoops, daisy. Oh, come on, come on. Yes. Right, yeah, so you can see how much I've cut off. Way too much. Well, not way too much, just slightly too much. There you go. And if I put the other one that I found next to it, I can see if it actually is an NH35 stem. So I'm pretty sure it is. Turn it around the right way. And then don't focus incorrectly. But yeah, I think it is. But even so, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use the one I'm convinced definitely is. So I'll pop the one I think it is back into the box for my next project. And we'll find out if that one works when I do that one. Right, let's try not to cut too much off this time, eh? Okie dokie. Oh, look at me, straight in there. I sometimes think I may be my own worst enemy. I didn't even try it in the watch to see, did I? I just decided, yes, I know how much it is. It's that much to come off. Let's get on with it. Okay. So the only thing I say on my defense is I have actually cut off less. Oh, as my head gets in the way. Yeah, it is slightly longer than the last one. So let's put it back in there, put the crown on, and see where that leaves us. Tighten it up, crown on. Right, pop that out of the way. So, no, that's not quite. There we go, it's caught. Just doing the date there. A little bit further out, yep. Now can I push it in? Initially, no. But then you can. Yes, it does actually work now. No, I think we're still struggling. At this point, I'm terrified I've done it again and cut too much off. But it's just those lugs that are a pain in the bum. And they just make it really difficult to actually use the crown. But they do eventually, yeah, as I'm moving it and the hands aren't moving. I'm just trying to wind it in. Okay, nearly. The second hand's still ticking. Right then, let's get the get this case back on. First of all, yeah, we'll need to grease one of the rubber seals up. Not sure why it came with two. Trying not to stab myself with the rather sharp metal instrument there. And carefully place it in the correct slot. There you go. Make sure it's seated properly. Now, I'm thinking that must then go on the came with two, so perhaps that goes on the case back. So you have two seals when you we all know you only have one. No idea where this other one came from. It just, and then I put it onto the case back, and we'll discover that it is too big, and we do not use that on there. Because all that'll happen if you try and use that, it'll just fold up as you try to screw it on. And then I think, oh, maybe there's another goes in there on top of the other one. Oh, there's another like ridge for it to go into. There's not, and it doesn't go on there, even though I go back on to try it again. Nope, we're not using it. So let's get this case back on. There you go. Let's use the Bergen ball to tighten it. And there you go. Yes, now I think we can get these awful things off. And I can't do that quick enough. Get them off, and let's get the bezel on, I think. So we just need to take the layer off there. That's it, off that comes, and use that nice sticky layer below. There you go, on. Yes, that is a nice looking watch. Yeah, and I like the glass, and you can tell it's got anti-reflective underneath. So, yep, more than happy with that. Even though the date is a bit wonky, but I can't really do much about that. I'm not a, well, yeah, I couldn't go in there and make the date work properly, to be honest. It is only slightly out, and you can still read it. But we do want things to be perfect. So right, I'm just going to keep that other stem just in case. You never know, might need it for another project. And let's get the strap on. So have a quick tidy away. Don't need that. I will be needing that. Just little bits and pieces of rubbish. More rubbish. Put my file, my Ram's file away. Right, so where's the strap? It's still ticking away there nicely, which is good. Just going to give it a little wipe just to make sure that I haven't left any marks on the inside. Give it a check. Oh yes, we can take the protective plastic off the back. Yeah, give it a quick wipe. Right, so let's get these spring bars out. And we'll get a strap on. Okay. At this point, expecting as soon as I touch the spring bars, they'll just fly off in every direction. But I've managed not to do that. Okay, so which side do I? And I will always pick the wrong side to put this on. So I'm going to speed this up for you because it's just another. It's just pictures of my head and me trying to get the the pins to go in the right place correctly. So yeah, unusual choice to have a butterfly clasp on a rubber brace, a rubber strap, but it works. Really does. It actually, yeah, it does work, and it I think it smartens the whole thing up. So I got the butterfly clasp actually from eBay. The rest of it's all from. Oh no, the strap was also from eBay as well, because I couldn't find a strap on Aliexpress that had the little Seiko logo on, like is it the wave? And so yeah, I'll find those links on eBay and copy them and put them in the description. As you can see at the bottom, there little circular things just denotes it's a Seiko strap. Well, it looks like a Seiko strap. I don't know, actually is a Seiko strap. There you go. Yeah, actually, I have put these. I've put the strap on the wrong way. Like I say, if I can do it wrong, I will do it wrong. But we'll give you a look and see what it looks like on the wrist. Take my last build off. Put this one on. It's a little bit too big. Actually, yeah, there's plenty of. It is a big strap. There's plenty of room to get it to the right size. Yep, just squeeze it on over the hand. Oh, go off camera. Oh, right, there we go. What a nice looking watch. But it's still a bit too loose. I mean, I'm sizing. Oh yeah, I need to change the time, don't I? And probably the date as well. So yeah, I'm still struggling to get on. I need to put the time right. And then I'll run it for a few days to make sure it does run correctly. And then once I make sure everything is working the way it should be working, I will pass it over to my friend. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So it is letting you do that now. So the stem is at the correct length. It's just those great big massive crown lugs that make it difficult to use the crown. But they're there to protect the crown from being knocked off when you go on your deep diving adventures that we don't go on. Right, so I've got the right time, got the right date. Let's just wind that in. Hopefully we won't have to bring it out again. And pop it back on. There you go, nice close up. But yeah, more than happy with that. Bezel's okay. Bezel works all right. It's a 60 click bezel. It stops where it should stop, and it's all centered nicely. I'm not that impressed with the movement of it, but again, it isn't something you actually ever use. Let's just give it another wipe down. Make sure we've got left nothing inside, no bits, no. Yeah, we'll just check. Give it a quick wipe there. My greasy fingers have been going around the crown lugs. Yeah, more than happy with that. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the journey. I know I certainly have. I do love doing these. And it is a really handsome watch, and I'll be just resizing it once again. Which is quite easy to do if you know what you're doing. Yeah, so it's me loosening the butterfly off. And like I say, I do eventually actually turn the strap round the other way so it goes on correctly. But we don't need to see me doing that. And back on again. Yeah, so the strap I think looks quite good. So there you go. Like I say, I'll put all the links in the description for the eBay and also for Aliexpress for all the parts. Now those links don't always work forever, I have found, but they will work for now for the next few weeks or so. But there you go. That's my. I'm not sure what to call it. I think I have to give it a name. Thanks for watching. Thanks now. Bye bye.